Hello New Zealand, welcome to Sydney for the 2002 Gay Games. The Gay Games are now 20 years old. The basic principles are participation, inclusion and personal best. All people are welcomed regardless of sexual orientation, race, religion or nationality. This Gay Games in Sydney will bring together 13,000 participants in 31 sports, ranging from swimming to same-sex ballroom dancing. New Zealand has 414 competitors divided into Team Auckland and Team Wellington. In addition to sports, there is a huge cultural festival. So for 7 days, Sydney will be totally transformed by the largest gay and lesbian event in the world. Covering the 2002 Sydney Gay Games will be reporters Nettie Kinmont, Max Curry and myself. We began with the stars at the first press conference.
I've done a few of these gigs. This is not the biggest one, but it's certainly the wildest, the craziest, the campest, the funniest and the most moving. And I really think that everyone who's there tonight will be touched by magic.
I think it's important to have, Queer Nation. I think it's important to have people just going day to day about their lives and not necessarily being out. It's a very diverse culture and I think we should celebrate that.
Australia's largest queer newspaper is following the Games closely.
There hasn't been a great sense of the Games until about 6 months ago. And then gradually it started to build and the last kind of 6 weeks has been, very frenetic. We've had enormous pressure put on us not to report the fact that they were having a cash crisis. And obviously we're a newspaper, we can't do that.
When we looked at the original figures, like they had to sell something like $9 million worth of tickets within 3 or 4 weeks, and $6 million within 3 or 4 weeks, and now it looks like they might actually do it. And if you see the queues outside the ticketing outlets in the city at the moment, you'll see what I mean.
Here at Sydney Town Hall for the accreditation of Gay Games participants and athletes. Now, this is a huge task. There's about 13,000 participants and it falls largely on the goodwill of 4,000 volunteers. So right from the start, it's really clear the extent to which the Gay Games relies heavily on goodwill. Now, for most of these participants, they've probably come straight from Sydney Airport, and this is the first time for some of them they'll actually get a feel for the scale of this event. We're surrounded by queers, already there's a sense of excitement growing, and really this is just the beginning. People queued for 3 solid days, so we went out to meet them and find out where they were from.
Toronto, Canada.
California.
San Francisco.
Yes, I come from Germany, originally from Venezuela, but I live in Germany.
Team New Mexico.
Melbourne.
Vancouver, Canada. Malaysia.
Austria, Vienna, Austria.
We're from Palm Island, North Queensland.
Oh, it was incredible. Kind of, you're no longer the minority in the aggregation of people here, so it's good.
This is my first time, and I like it a lot. It's something very different. I haven't experienced it before.
I love Mardi Gras, but which is about partying, whereas this is about, to me, just something the other side of me, which is what I like to be celebrating with all these people.
I think as a quote-unquote straight athlete, I competed against you. I get to participate with you. Maybe as a straight athlete, I could never give you a kiss after the race. I get to do that this time around. It's very, very cool.
Not always being the few amongst the many. This is us, but looking good, being good.
I was a competitive athlete in Canada in track and field, and also in university football, so I kind of got the competition around being straight, how I would go after my competitor. And here, I get to participate with you and compete with myself.
Swimming.
Figure skating.
Martial arts, and she's my #1 fan.
Soccer.
Track and field.
I'm actually a volunteer for sign language interpreting.
Aerobics.
Half marathon.
Volleyball.
We've got so far 9,500 people registered. The rest up to 14,000. We hope to get it done by 12 tonight.
A couple of hours to about 10 hours a day.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, I've been here yesterday for about 5 hours, and today it's pretty much gone on all day.
I'll be doing the triathlon Sunday morning, a sprint distance, and I'm in the 8-ball women's pool tournament, 8-ball billiards.
Oh gosh, I hope I get him within the top 20 of them. There's a lot of swimmers.
Germany, Yeah, Melbourne.
I don't speak really English. Colombia, South America.
French Gay Magazine.
San Diego.
Sydney.
Philadelphia.
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
I'm from Canberra.
It's just something you got to do. I've been competing since San Francisco, Gay Games 2. I played softball, and then in Vancouver I saw the martial arts, so I took that up in Amsterdam. It's just every 4 years, someplace very cool in the world, we all show up, and here we are.
It's really difficult. No acceptance from the families, nothing. Like, you know, I know only one couple in Pakistan. There's only one lesbian couple. Those who are really living together, and the families accepted themselves, and they're in Pakistan.
I'm here to support our local volleyball team. In martial arts.
Volleyball.
Volunteering.
Men's open singles tennis.
Playing golf.
Katie Lang, she's so hot.
When you're queer and you come to Sydney, where's the first place everybody always goes? Oxford Street. Here I am in Taylor Square. You know, a week ago it was full of straight people. Now it's absolutely jam-packed full of queers.
I've never had to line up to go into any of these pubs before, and now I have to wait like 20 minutes. It's quite funny.
And I'm sorry I missed previous years. It's just so much fun being here.
Captain and outside hitter. I'm gonna go watch my friends play volleyball. Just say hello from Atlanta.
Yeah.
It started to pick up, which is good.
Yeah.
We need it. We've had a bit of dry year this year.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard that Oxford Street is getting a bit less gay as time goes by.
Definitely, but we're on the move. We're on the streets. We're going to fix it up.
Whilst the Gay Games are on, we're collecting on Oxford Street, especially. We're not normally allowed to, but we've been given permission to. We're getting lots of donations.
I'm the caddy for a golf event and a volunteer. Go out and volunteer.
I'm a participant, so I'm in it for free, but we've got her a ticket. So she'll catch all the fun.
I am marshalling the athletes into the stadium for the opening ceremony, and then I'm just going to Bay Arthur for the festival.
Got a group coming in tomorrow, and they stuck me going to get the tickets today.
Coming up, all the spectacle and drama of the 2002 Sydney Gay Games opening ceremony. The Gay Games has a well-established tradition of fantastic opening ceremonies which reached their peak in Amsterdam in 1998. But now it's time to unveil the star-studded spectacle of the 2002 Sydney opening. 40,000 gays and lesbians packed out the stadium for the biggest queer show ever.
What am I expecting? The most amazing night of our lives.
I think it's going to be a fantastic, fabulous night tonight. I think the spirit is just really good.
We're here backstage, so to speak, with Team New Zealand. They're about to walk through into the main stadium to begin the opening ceremony. The mood here is incredible. We've had a whole load of people who are proud to be gay. They're surrounded by other queers. For most of them, it's the first time this has happened in their life, and the message is very clear. It's great to be gay.
Feels fantastic. Yeah, I was able to play in Amsterdam as well, so it's great to come back and be a part of the New Zealand team again.
I'm here because my late partner was Ngāti Porou,
and she would love for me to be here.
I'm originally from Auckland, but I moved to Melbourne 5 months ago, and because I'd already signed up as part of Auckland, I decided to keep my allegiance with Auckland for the games.
We'll be better than the Aussies. Got to show them how to do it.
We have done so much fundraising for 2 years. We've chopped wood, we've had raffles, we've done, what else? Dances, everything. Here our voices we entreat, God defend our free land.
The scene in Sydney is pretty mental. I think if I was here for more than 2 weeks, I'd develop a serious body image complex.
You don't see a whole stadium full of gay people anywhere else.
This beautiful badge here was designed by a member of our team, and the jacket's from Helen Stones.
It blew my mind how big the stadium was and how nice the pool complex is, and yeah, really looking forward to getting stuck in and winning some medals.
I've had to cry.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like a big kid.
One in a lifetime chance to march on to a gay Olympics. It's awesome.
Oh, bussy. Can't wait to get the spotlights.
Come up there, come up there,
Absolutely wonderful. What a great place. What a wonderful moment. Never been with so many queer people all at the same time. It's wonderful.
14,000 athletes represented 77 countries, many of them from places where it is illegal to be gay. One of the highlights was the Indian and Pakistani teams who chose to march in together.
Let the gay games begin!
How you doing, Sydney? Let the show begin!
Australian TV icons Kath and Kim led an attempt at the record for the world's largest pom-pom display. The show paid tribute to Australia's Indigenous peoples and featured the beautiful voice of Deborah Cheetham. Gay pop star Jimmy Somerville sang of our long struggle for equality. most famous gay anthem of all time became a showstopper when performed by Australian singer Judy Cantley.
I am what I am. I don't want praise. I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise. I think it's pretty. And so, if I love each sparkle and each spangle, why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out, I am what I am.
But the emotional high point was k.d. lang's candlelit tribute to gay love.
I am delighted to now officially declare open the Sydney 2000 Gay Games 6 Sport and Cultural Festival.
And so the party began.
Hear me yell and hear me roar. I am something that you can't ignore. I am here for all of us. I am fierce and we're all fabulous. So beautiful, so beautiful, so fabulous, so fabulous, so beautiful, so beautiful.
Coming up, a powerlifting cliffhanger, triumph in the tennis, and some physical bodies. Welcome back. Well, after that magnificent and moving opening ceremony, the sporting events have begun. New Zealand won gold on the first day of competition in the triathlon, and we faced a major drama in the women's powerlifting. Powerlifting is a demanding and regimented sport. It's also the only Gay Games event that's drug tested.
This competition is an international powerlifting competition sanctioned by the International Powerlifting Federation for the 2002 Gay Games community.
The event consists of a 3-lift competition. There are squats, bench press and deadlifts.
Now, the best of those 3 lifts are totaled together, and that gives us the winner of that particular division. The women lifters in the world today are unbelievable. There's women doing double bodyweight bench press, which is unheard of.
Divisions are based on body weight, and in the women's 75-kilo range is a Kiwi athlete from New Plymouth.
It's always good to get the squats out of the way. They're hard, they're heavy, and they just get you focused and stuff. The last one I missed, which would have been my personal best, I went for 95 and I missed it. So my best was 85, but I'm okay with it. I've done 90, but it's cool, yeah.
When attempting the bench press, Jordan failed in her first 2 attempts.
And the referees say, no pause, Jordan. Not enough pause on the chest.
I counted, I counted. Don't these people count as fast as I do? That was sort of it, because I really thought that I'd done it, but I obviously hadn't, eh? And then when it was like I missed 2 lifts and it's the 3rd one, or you're out, can't total, and I thought, oh shit.
Well, Jordan's got to get this one to stay in the competition. She's doing a few things wrong. She's forgetting the referee's signals. I think she's probably getting a little excited in the head. She's just got to calm down, hold the bar in position, get it to her chest, pause, and then push it up nice and evenly and wait for the referee to say rack. If she does that, we're in.
Come on. Really get behind her, because she needs this lift to stay in the competition. Just plenty of strength. Plenty of strength there. And push, Jordan, push, Jordan. Keep going, keep going, keep going. What a fighting attempt. Yes, well done. What a great attempt.
With the bench press behind her, Jordan powered through the deadlift and managed to win the bronze medal overall.
I used to smoke, I was overweight, and look, just anyone can do it, man. Just get out there and do it. Live.
Greg Hooper hails from Auckland, and he's representing Team Cook Islands in the tennis. His game was on top form.
It's fabulous, really hot. I'm very hot. The temperature in Sydney is so different from New Zealand. It's a little bit cooler out there, it's hot here. Oh my God. Look at the makeup. I'm uncertain every game. No game's ever in the bag until the last point's over. (6-1, 6-love). I won the first set 6-1. He won 1 game and I won the second set 6-love. I feel fabulous because they're queer like me.
We're here at Sydney's beautiful Darling Harbour, and while the weather's pretty hot outside, it's definitely a lot hotter in there, the convention centre where the physique competition's taking place. And wouldn't you know it, New Zealand's bulging away with the very best of them.
Months and in some cases years of hard training and tough dieting have come down to this one moment. And looking at our Kiwi competitors, it's clear just how far they've come. They've cut the fat, built up the muscle and topped it all off with a healthy slab of attitude. So let's take a look at our performance.
Standing there with all the other novice competitors, they felt exactly the same way as you did. They were still nervous. They were thinking, my gosh, you know, I've been training for 8-9 months or something or other. Please don't let me fall over or forget what I'm going to do. All I was doing was going, suck in my stomach, stuck in my stomach, stuck in my stomach, and that was it. That's all I concentrated on. The hard work's done now, it's all play.
Oh, I'm shaking, still shaking, but I'm really glad it's over and just glad that I, got this far. I just hope that all the sisters out there, I did them proud today, wearing the bikini, Oh, nah, the heel thing's not for me. But did you like the hair extensions?
Tight, Petrus, beautiful, that's good.
It's really hard because you can't really tell what the judges are thinking. You think they're not looking at you, and they are, and yes, it's pretty scary out there actually. That was pretty nerve-wracking. Having everyone looking at just the two of us, and I wasn't too sure how good he was. I couldn't really compare our bodies, so I wasn't quite sure of what they expected of us. So I just kept thinking about that food that I was going to eat after the show, and keeping in mind that we're all in the same boat.
I loved it, actually. I loved doing the compulsories and being out there, and the audience was fantastic. We all just decided we're going to have fun. We've worked our asses off for the last year or however long people had done it. Everyone's totally encouraging of each other and looking forward to a great big feed.
You know, I was looking at my Gay Games Festival program and I saw something called Wild Sex. It sounds absolutely fantastic. So I've had to jump on the ferry, come over here to Taronga Zoo, and apparently I'm looking for the lesser spotted glossop bird. I'll see if I can see one around here somewhere. Oh look, there's one there. Oh, hello, darling. Hello. Are you having your photo taken by a Japanese tourist?
I was.
Fantastic.
Everyone wants to take my photograph, darling. Yes.
Now tell me, what's all this wild sex about?
It's a lovely tour we're doing here at Taronga, which is a celebration of sexual and social diversity in the animal and bird world. Because did you know that the story of Noah's Ark is an absolute myth, where they'd have us believe that all animals went into the Ark 2 by 2 as happy, heterosexual, monogamous couples. And it's just not true, Nettie, darling, and I want the world to know what really happened.
We're just people from the suburbs. We're not going to hear anything that's shocking, are we? Honest, we will.
You will. And you might even find a few ideas and techniques that you'd like to adopt to broaden your repertoire. Well, first I've got an apology. Blackwing stilts flock in thousands, but they do form mated pairs. Yes. However, not all of the mated pairs are heterosexual. In some colonies, up to 17% of pairs are lesbian. Now, not surprisingly, the females get together. If they've only got one male servicing them, they like to have sex with each other, and they do. There are a range of things: embracing, genital rubbing, and apparently they're rather fond of making sounds. So there's growling, grunting, screaming, and I love this, pulsing whispers. Male and female giraffes do lesbian mounting and gay mounting within their own groups. And male giraffes really are very homosexual. Often 94%, and I think that's a significant figure, don't you? 94% of sexual activity amongst giraffes is males mounting each other. So these are the common chimpanzees. They do a range of things. They lie on top of each other in the face-to-face position. They sit facing each other and do genital rubbing. And they do mount each other, and they also do cunnilingus.
Coming up, he's an 89-year-old medal winner, and those whose lives have been touched by AIDS are remembered. The Gay Games is a huge event, and here in Sydney they occupy most of the venues of the 2000 Summer Olympic Games.
You know, sometimes we think that sport is all about youth, but an 89-year-old swimmer from the USA proves otherwise.
My background is I was born in the Canal Zone in Panama. I lived there most of my life. Then I moved to the States. Well, I've been in 2 games before, so I thought I'd come again. Not very well trained this time, and I almost didn't come because I've been sort of ill and didn't have much training at all. I used to be a butterflyer, but I can't get my hands out of the water now, so I'm no longer a butterflyer, and I think I'm going to have to scratch my race this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, as William Grant comes in lane 8, the oldest competitor of the Gay Games. What about a big round of applause for Grant Williams?
Well, the Gay Games is a lot about sport. It's also about culture. At the Australian Centre for Photography, there's an exhibition called Re-Identifications. It's a whole lot of photographic work by gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender artists from all over Australia.
The intention really was to offer a forum to Australian artists to present work with a kind of subtext about whether in fact at this moment in time in a new century sexual orientation is necessarily the most predominant issue. As you go around the exhibition, you'll see that some works are very much looking at senses of desire, sexuality, and some actually it's really quite subtly under the, it's a background piece of information, if you like, to other concerns. We decided that an event that was going to bring in an international audience and allow a kind of wider dialogue was a good time to showcase some of the gay and lesbian artists that we have in Australia.
The unfolding of the AIDS quilt is a testimony to the fact that those who died are still remembered.
Coming up, bouncing aerobics bodies and a late night on Oxford Street. The Gay Games is unique because of the range of sports included. Now, the aerobics, for example, give New Zealand participants a chance to compete on a world stage.
Two of the New Zealand athletes to compete on that world stage are Dawson and Vernon from Team Wellington. Now, they'll be competing in the sports aerobics duo category, but that wasn't always the plan. Dawson and Vernon were originally a trio, but at the last minute, one of their team members pulled out. So even this morning, the pair have been putting the final touches on their routine.
We just live at the gym for the last week, and especially when we came here, we had no choice but to get on top of it. And seeing at the pre-judging earlier today, the talent was just mind-boggling. So we had no choice but to keep at it. To do a formation like that, presenting your strength at the beginning, it's very popular with peers.
Beforehand, I was totally a mess. I was on the verge of vomiting, I was giddy, shaky, pretty unapproachable, and then it was like, okay, I'm on, smile. It's a fantastic kind of breaking down of barriers because you just roll up to people who's got a competitor's pass and you say, oh, where are you from? What are you competing in? How's it going?
Yeah, very
it's like
helpful.
instant
the chemistry's there.
Connections.
Yeah. And I couldn't be with a lot of people then. Yeah, the quiz, yeah.
Hopes for the finals is to enjoy it, really enjoy it. We've put in a lot of hard work, months and months of effort, and it would just be nice to feel like, yeah, we did it.
We've been here, yeah, and we lived it.
And live the moment they sure did. Despite having to totally revamp their routine, Dawson and Vernon will be taking home silver medals. Well done, boys.
Now here are some of the Kiwi results so far.
Now, truth be known, I'm something of a Sydney virgin, and yet here I am on what must be one of the most famous gay streets in the world. It's Oxford Street. Now, with the gay games in full swing, it's no surprise that this place is throbbing with gay male action. However, it's not even 9 o'clock in the evening, so believe me, we are in for one massive evening. Let's find ourselves some hedonistic fun.
Welcome to Sydney, the great western island of New Zealand, the land of the wrong white crowd.
Hey, this guy's good.
Thanks, babe.
Nice line.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Enjoy.
See you later. Mate, how are you finding Oxford Street? Are you locals or?
Well, it's kind of like we live here, right? We live around the corner, but it's like being a visitor in your own city. You know, it's like so many new people. It's amazing.
At the moment, what you see is something that looks like Mardi Gras intensified 3 times.
Why's that?
Well, basically, nobody can get into a venue. The Americans are all doing dinner. The Australians are all inside waiting for the Americans, but the Americans can't get in because the bars are full of Australians at the moment.
Looks like we've got some Kiwi lads. How's the night going so far, boys?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Yep,
Except we've lost half the team.
Lost half of the rugby team. What's the plan of action for tonight? What are we hanging out for? Why are we here? Oxford Street. Trouble? What's in trouble? Looks like you found trouble already.
We want more trouble.
Who would be the most likely to cause trouble amongst you? Oh, here.
apparently there's a white underwear party happening at the Green Park.
Are you prepared?
White underwear?
I mean, how does it feel to be surrounded with gay men?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm in my element here, you know, there's something for every taste, I reckon.
And what are your tastes?
Very Catholic.
Many happy orgasms come upon you this night. All the rest of the baby.
Thank you very much. I feel blessed.
Put this
I'm
on
having a
your
moment.
And dream of it.
Thank you, sisters. It's about 10 o'clock and I just can't get over how quickly this street is filling up with gay men. It must be reaching saturation point. Over to my left is one massive queue, and to my right as well, we've got two of the most famous clubs on Oxford Street, the Oxford and the Stonewall. We're going to be checking them out. Let's go. What are you hanging out for tonight? What's going to make or break the evening?
I get a root.
It's just party, 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 boogie, boogie, boogie.
How are you coping with this whole influx of gay men? Is it going to your head?
It's going to a few places, but yeah. New Zealand's so small, you're not used to it. But here, it's just everywhere.
What's the plan for tonight?
Just explore the nightlife of Sydney.
Happy Gay Games!
Happy Gay Games!
Next week, we see New Zealand touch rugby teams on the field and William Young's sexy photography. This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air. Hello New Zealand, welcome back to Sydney for part 2 of our look at the 2002 Gay Games. Now this event has been a phenomenal success, not only because of the sporting achievements, but also because of the sense of gay pride and solidarity.
There's no denying that swimming is a beautiful sport, especially for spectators.
And Sydney's Olympic Swimming Complex is perfect for an unrivaled view of this sleek and powerful sport. For participants though, the pool has become an international melting pot, but not without a strong Kiwi flavour to the brew.
It's an art. To see the really fast people do it in good form and go really fast, it's an art. It's beautiful.
My favourite stroke is butterfly, and watching people do butterfly is just so graceful. So I wasn't going to race, and then I got into the warm-up pool and did some laps, and I just adore it. I just love floating through the water, and it just feels so wonderful.
I have to say the showering and the changing rooms downstairs are very interesting.
It's strange, this place is so big and the changing room is very small.
I think there's a security issue here because there's only 4 shower nozzles, and everyone has to stand around waiting to get under them, and, well, you know, you don't know where to look. You don't know where to look. It's been very harrowing because I'm just a little country boy, really.
I've had more conversations with lesbians I don't know here than anywhere else. I've talked to somebody from almost every European country, heaps of United States women, lots of Aussies, and it's so friendly. I mean, Sydney has never been a friendlier city. Everybody's gay unless they just make it obvious they're not, you know, and you smile all the time at strangers.
I was standing on the starting block. I was all ready to go. And I overbalanced and fell in the pool, and unfortunately they pulled me out.
When I did the 800 metres, I was feeling really bad because I hadn't been sleeping well, and Carol was on the side waving the flag the whole time, and it's a long race. And I knew she was there, and it was great.
For me, I just want to swim the perfect race. I want to dive into the water really smoothly when the gun goes off and not a second or two afterwards. I want to be nice and streamlined when I hit the water, and I want to swim down the centre line really smoothly and fast and do my tumble turns really tight, fast off the wall. I was just stoked to cut 2 seconds off my time. It was just wonderful. That's what I wanted. I wanted to do my best time at the Games, and I did it. Yeah, that's what I did what I wanted.
The most amazing thing is seeing your name up on that scoreboard down there, and knowing that Ian Thorpe had been up there and a few other good swimmers beforehand, and seeing Team Auckland and then seeing your own name with a time on it, it's amazing.
I managed to set a Gay Games record in the backstroke. Really chuffed about it.
On Tuesday morning they had the 800 metres freestyle, and I got the silver medal. To be in the medal running is really satisfying because of all the work that's gone into it.
Thanks New Zealand for supporting us. It's been fun.
Now, if you caught the show last week, you remember I took you on a debaucherous nighttime tour of Oxford Street, Sydney's gay epicentre. But there's plenty of queer life out in the suburbs, and who better to show us than a taxi driver? Taxi!
And wouldn't you know it, the cabbie I ended up with knew queer Sydney from the inside out.
Has town changed with the Gay Games happening?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's much more life in town, especially up in Oxford Street, but even in the city, yeah. Lots of people, lots of same-sex couples holding hands, it's great. Now we're coming down into Bondi Beach now, and
oh wow.
And this is the southern end. There's the northern end, that's the family section. The middle section is the testosterone-charged teenagers, and the south end is the bare-top women and gays.
Why is Newtown sort of a spot?
Well, you've got this incredible social mix of students, academics, even squatters. And so it's a really much more diverse area, say, than Oxford Street.
Tell me about what's happening with Oxford Street, because everyone just assumes that that's the gay epicentre of Australia.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't always. You see, the gay epicentre was King's Cross. And then what happened when the Americans came here on R&R from Vietnam, they changed King's Cross because heroin was introduced, the prostitution increased, and I think the homosexuals didn't feel so safe anymore. And so they moved from King's Cross over to Oxford Street. That process probably started in the late 60s and went on and accelerated in the 70s. But now I think it's changing because it's a generational thing. I think young people, young gays particularly, don't feel that they, that they want to mix exclusively in a gay society. They don't see themselves even often as just being gay. And so I don't think there's the interest in a gay ghetto as such anymore. I think, in the future, probably in another generation or so, it won't be something people talk about very much.
Many Gay Games events were held at venues used in the 2000 Olympics, including track and field at one of the Homebush stadiums.
great to get that race over. I've got so many more to go. Thanks.
Off the track, and we'll see you in court. Netball had the most whakawhine, whakalaiti and sister girls of any gay game sport.
Hello, darling. Malo and Lei from the Kingdom of Tonga.
These Wellington wahines took the drought conditions and scorched earth in their stride.
The ground's very, very solid, so when you hit it, any part of your anatomy, you know you're going to feel it.
And also from the capital, the amazing Amazon basketballers, featuring an ex-New Zealand representative, were all going for gold and personal best. You know, back in Oxford Street, it's a bit of a boys' out. So what about something for the lesbians? What about something for the ladies? Well, here in Newtown at a theatre, she's black, she packs fruit, she's a drag king, and she's called Dread.
I've been doing this for 7 years now. I started in December of '95. And I started because I was at this bar that always have drag queen shows, which I love. And then they started having these drag king shows, and I just felt so pulled by the performance. I thought it was very empowering to see women up there being so, just being unique, and I just had this vision. I wanted to give it a try.
Avec bénédiction, vive avec passion, sans compromis.
Well, I love packing. Packing is the term drag kings use whenever they use between their crotch for their persona. And, you know, I'm not really a dildo kind of person, so I use an apple. And I put an apple in my crotch. I've been doing it for about 7 years now. And for me, it's, you know, the reason I perform is to break down stereotypes, break down these old rules that still control our lives, especially women's lives, how we think, how we feel about ourselves, how the world sees us. And so each time I take the apple out of my crotch and bite it in front of people, it's about reclaiming my pride as a woman, as a human being, as a spiritual being. I'm taking away power from that bullshit Adam and Eve story, you know?
My name is Mildred. My name is Dread. We are a multi-spirited Haitian-American, gender-loosening, black-shaped, different goddess, anti-oppression, open, non-traditional, self-expressed, blessed, gender-bending, drag king, fluid, ancestor-supported.
I don't identify as a lesbian, I just like people. And depending on who I meet or how I feel about them or what they bring on in me is what will make me want to go out with them. So I just go with the flow, basically.
Yo, what up, New Zealand? Yo, I'm giving a shout out to New Zealand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, yeah.
Up next, muscle and sweat as Kiwis take on the world in touch rugby. These games have traditional sports such as swimming and athletics, but they also include some sports that you might not actually expect, such as ballroom dancing and bridge.
Remember those high school balls? I do. When the slow music would come on at the end of the evening, I'd find myself devastatingly attracted to my fellow tuxedo wearers. But I always knew that even in my wildest dreams, I'd never get that last dance. But here at the Gay Games, things are a little bit different. What does it feel like to be same-sex dancers?
Horny. Fabulous. I think it adds to how we can bounce off each other.
Just for performance-wise,
Yeah.
it's good, but when you practice, you bitch like it's
Yeah.
not good. No, there's 5 dances, 5 styles. This is what we have to do. So you got a cheeky type dance, like you pick up your partner on the cha-cha. Rumba is the one that is the romantic one. So you've got attraction, rejection, love, lust. The samba is tribal, love-making African rhythms, so a lot of bodies and the whole bit.
But you dance the waltz in a very romantic, soft, oh, I've just met the love of my life here
We're on
tonight.
honeymoon.
And the jive, which is just mad, comes from America and it's just fun.
We're in the D grade and we got the gold, and another couple from Wellington got the silver. So I'll tell you what, was it exciting?
1 gold, 1 silver, as you can see, for dance, ballroom, and Latin American.
We've only been dancing together this year for the last 8 months.
And what's just happened?
We got through to B grade finals.
B grade finals.
You're partners in dance, but are you also lovers?
No, we don't. But very good friends for a lot of years. Yeah.
No sexual tension?
No. But we start with dancing at the Gay Games in Amsterdam. We saw it there, and then we start to dance. It's great to be here.
Level is double high. Yeah, can't compete with them.
It's too high for us, actually. But we try, we do our best, so.
Now, do you both have lovers?
Yes.
Dear Mum and Dad, I'm out. They won't see it, will they?
Do you ever just secretly dance together in your own homes?
We've been known to shimmy.
We taught them everything they know, really.
There are 2 touch rugby teams from New Zealand at the Gay Games, the Kiwi Knights from Wellington and the Auckland Touch Blacks. Although both teams were hoping for a head-to-head in the touch finals, they had to battle against an intimidating lineup of Aussie teams first. We caught up with the Kiwi Knights at half-time when they were 2 down, and the searing Aussie heat was taking its toll.
We are behind.
Why?
We're climatising for the weather, and I've got to go on. Okay.
What about the pep talk you just had? What were some of the things that came out of that?
Just that we need to be a bit more intense. Everybody knows the moves, practices them, but when you get on the field, everyone kind of freezes.
How do you feel about the fact that the Australian team is made up mostly of New Zealanders?
Yeah, we wanted to play for us.
No, about half the team are made up of Kiwis. That's why we're doing so well.
Yeah, we just got outplayed, outbeaten. Good luck to the Sydney guys. Also, I'd like to say a big cheer to the Auckland Black team. Best of luck to them too.
The Kiwi Knights couldn't quite scrape through and lost their match by 2-6. But would the Auckland Touch Blacks fare any better than their Wellington mates?
First game, everyone's still a bit nervous, I suppose. Settling into it. You know, we're only 1 behind now, or 2 behind now. So I think we've got a chance.
How are we going to win? We're going to beat Wellington this time. That's what we can do when we get in the final.
The heat is insane. It's fairly hot here, but it's not too bad. Still inspired, still going to try and beat the asses off them.
I think we're all pretty happy with the way we're going, but we just need to slow the game down a bit and try and move the ball around and open up some more gaps in their line. And then hopefully, we'll see some more tries in the second half.
Despite some mighty fine ball handling skills, the Touch Blacks also lost their game, ending with 5 tries to the Australians' 9. Bad luck, boys.
Visitors to Sydney for the Gay Games.